Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you an update. We've recessed for the day a little bit early because they have over 100 witnesses they want to go through, and so the judge had some other activities to take care of. So we adjourned for the day, and we'll come back tomorrow to continue the case against the FBI agent charged with obstruction of justice here in Portland, Oregon, related to the Finicum case in January of 2016. Just a couple really interesting points to make about today's case. One is that there's a bystander video that was made on the north end, on the John Day or Grant County side of the blockade or the roadblock where Lavoie was killed, that we saw for the first time today. Very interesting to listen to the conversations of the bystanders, even as they point out some very interesting things. One is that somebody knocked the hat off of Ryan Bundy's head, or something off of an object over his head. It turned out to be his hat. We'd never known that before, and then finding out that the special agent that actually did that. Some other notable things to be aware of is some of the special agents in their testimony were so robotic in their answers. It almost seemed like it didn't help Agent Astorita's case, because I was noticing the nonverbals of some of the jury members, and they seemed kind of bothered by the robotic responses of some of the agents. Let me just pour through my notes here. One of the things that was pointed out by was this special agent in charge, McConnell, pointed out that when he approached the agents, the special agents from the FBI, and asked them if they had shot, that Agent Astorita's response was, "We're good. I don't need to answer that question." And then one of the agents who was standing there with him, with Special Agent McConnell, said, "Well, we need this information. It's not unusual to give that information." Then Special Agent McConnell also said something very noteworthy. He says that in their training they use video to help the agents understand that their perception is one thing, and that the video provides facts and clears up their perception. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out in the future. A couple other notes. The blue team leader, one of the special agents, Swanson, said that he didn't put any limitations on any of the agents' interviews right after the shooting there in Burns, Oregon. So that's going to also be interesting to see how that pans out in the future. And let's see here. I noticed that the special agents kept saying over and over again, "We were briefed that the cars were full of militia members." I'm going to be very curious to see how they, in the future, how militia is defined and how many people in the cars were actually militia members themselves. And then finally, kind of a bombshell that I never knew. I knew that they had been shooting at Lavoie's vehicle at the first stop, but we didn't know the details behind it. What happened is that Ryan Payne was putting his hands, and he was complying with the orders of the FBI special agents. And what the testimony today is that one of the Oregon State police officers shot at the truck, and so Ryan Payne pulled his hands back into the vehicle. So it's going to be interesting to see how that is played out in court in the future, related to escalating. How did that play out into Lavoie Finicum's mind in pulling his truck away and things like that? So a lot of interesting details. It's hard to capture it all. How do you wrap your head around so many details? Well, stay tuned. We'll be back here tomorrow to give you some more information about what's happening, and look forward to seeing you guys on any of our screenings of Govern v. Governing, Part 2, Lavoie Dead Man Talking, Episode 1. If you're interested, be sure to reach out to Center for Self-Governance or One Cowboy Stand for Freedom and host, or send somebody that you know wants to host a screening in your locality. We'll be happy to coordinate that with you. All right, guys. Peace out. Talk to you later.